my god, we're live! And I just saw some errors in that video that I have to fix for next week. That's what happens when you make placeholder assets for, you know, working ahead. But welcome in, everybody! We're back with season... What is it, like season 4? Season 5 of the RPG show? We did like 2 seasons of D&D, and then what? We did Spaceship Zero, and now we're doing Happiest Apocalypse on Earth. So season 4 of the RPG show, with various intermittent things in there in between to keep us all busy. Sorry that we haven't had a Saturday night stream like this in a while. I'm gonna do some shameless self-promotion right here at the top of the stream. We haven't done that because I was working on my first Kickstarter launch, fantasy western comic book. It's like D&D meets the Wild Wild West. There's a link in chat if you guys are interested in learning more about that. But that's what I've been doing for the last month, and that's why I haven't been doing these streams. But we're back now. The Kickstarter is running. It's out of my control at this point. I've done all I can do. And so we're back to play some games on Saturday nights. This is the Happiest Apocalypse on Twitch. A game,
Can I
RPG.
add something to your Kickstarter announcement?
Sure.
I just, as a friend of Jeff here, I would just like to tell everyone that we are only $115 away from the base goal. And I want to see that goal reached before the end of the stream.
Do it.
Go, go, go. Share it. Share it everywhere.
It can be done.
It
What, we got
can
2
be
hours?
done.
Yes.
Yeah, we
2
got
hours
2
and how much,
hours.
115 bucks?
Yeah, we only need like $115.
Oh my god, that's like $10
Go,
an hour.
go, go.
Flooding the chat with links.
$10 an hour.
$115. We can do it. I already gave. So it's up to everyone else to share, you know? All right,
Yes.
that's all. That's all.
Okay.
I just wanted to start it off with that, and so we can maybe get some good news at the end of the stream.
Fingers crossed. I promise I don't have the Kickstarter page like on a window anywhere. So I'm giving you all of my focus. Well, as much focus as I can. It's obviously in the back of my head, but I don't have like a window. Another quick aside, the night of launch, I had to watch a movie to try and distract myself from hitting refresh over and over again. I still did that during the movie. Like, I still did it. Hopefully
Yeah, but
not
what movie was it?
tonight. We were watching The Suicide Squad before it leaves HBO Max. Tomorrow, I think, is the last day it's going to be on there.
Okay.
The new one
Yeah,
is
it's a pretty
pretty
graphic
good.
movie. Yeah, alright. Cool.
Very good. Polka Dot Man, rest in peace. All right. But yes, the Happiest Apocalypse on Earth. This is a powered by the Apocalypse game. It is set in a theme park called Mouse Park. Wink, wink. We all know what Mouse Park stands for, right? we all
we
know
were
the
calling
deal.
it Mouse Park.
Is that a thing?
That is
Called it
legitimately...
Disneyland.
That is legitimate. Well, I mean, that is like the name of the park in the game. Yeah,
It's my
it's
nickname in
Mouse
college.
Park. And we are following the adventures of these 4 lovely people. We have. Let's go around the table here. Let everybody know who you're playing, Mr. Dratsum.
Dratsum, and I'm playing Bill Thrill. Bill Thrill. Are we to go into the bios a little bit, or
Yeah. You know
just-
what? Let's give some
Okay.
like background.
Bill Thrill is a long-time, one might say lifelong, carny and park ride attendant. He's been doing it. His pappy attended rides in the carny on both the big and small stage. We're talking state, county, and regional fairs all across the world. And he's finally hit it big and made his way up to the big time here, attending ever changing circle of rides at Mouse Park, Bill Thrill, and he's got a little stuff on the side too for the kids that are looking for some extra thrills. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff that you can't get with admission ticket. Bill Thrill knows the ins and outs of the park, so he's your man.
Love it.
What's up, Liz?
Let's go over to Eli. Let him know who you're playing.
Character called Elliot Wolf. He is just barely turned 16-year-old, very tall. He's like 6 feet 5 inches tall. It is his very first job, and how he works as a character actor for. So he plays a werewolf. So he has a whole werewolf outfit that he wears to scare people in.
Nice. Let's head over to Age of Awesome Age.
Hi, I'm Awesome Age, and I'm going to be playing Age. I'm me. Hi.
Hello.
I am unemployed, and I am at this park to get my mind off my lack of employment. Hi.
Love it. And last but not least, Dion. Let him know who you're playing.
I'm playing myself. I was taking my best friend Age to, Mouse Park to cheer her up after her, sudden and uncontrolled unemployment. Curse you, only scams. But yeah, we're gonna forget about that. We're here to have a good time. We're gonna have fun, and there's nothing that's gonna stop me from making sure my friend has a good time.
Amazing. Hey, and you know what? Speaking of having fun, that is a perfect segue right into the two of you arrive at Mouse Park. You are greeted by this image here. We'll go to the main image real quick. Giant mouse head stretching his own mouth open, kind of ominously like eating guests as they enter this park. The Grouch Cats, thank you for those biddies. 69 bits memes.
Nice.
Nice. Welcome in. We are just entering Mouse Park. As you can see, the entranceway here, ominous mouse, opened mouth, as if he were eating guests as you enter into the park. Let's go around the table here. Let me open up a character sheet real fast. Oh god. But there's a thing on our character sheets about filling out areas of the park. And I think it would be a perfect thing for us. We can go through. I don't know how many areas of the park we're gonna visit. So if you guys want to like designate one of you guys to like take care of like individual areas, or if you all want to like take notes on them until like we run out of space, because there's only like 4 slots on a character sheet. However you want to do it. But I figure let's what's the name of this first area, and I'll throw that to one of our 2 employees at the park. Either one of you. What's like the entranceway called? Like what's the first area of this theme park that you enter? Jadson, I think you're muted.
All right, I was the first to do that. All right, seal's broken, y'all. So yeah, I'll go. I don't have an idea yet, but hopefully by the time I'm done talking, I'll have one. So this is Mouse Park, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you come in through the mouth into of a cat or a mouse, a big mouse. You come into
mouse. You come into the mouth of a mouse.
You come into a mouth of a mouse, and this is the first area, like the entrance.
Right.
Big
main entrance.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Yeah. I'm gonna call it let's say it's called Gilly's Gullet.
Gilly's Gullet.
Gilly's Gullet. Yeah.
Cool.
So I figured maybe it's got a little bit of a esophageal theme, but also fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you kind of like yeah, because this is like, it's not your sort of it is sort of for kids, so everything's like cartoony and stuff, but it also has like that weird vibe, right? Like there are like people dress up as werewolves. There's like a castle that's like supposed to be Dracula's castle, right? There are like the more like princess and fairy kind of areas of the park. Everything is more cartoony than like super dark and scary. But it is not like your like overall super fairy tale kind of place, right? Like there are some like weird vibes to this place just on the surface level of like how it's designed. So coming in and like having to go through like the very first thing is like walking through the innards of a mouse. I fucking love it. There's attraction tags here as well. And it says choose up to 3 for attraction tags, and then there's like some weird tags here, and then some dining and shopping areas. I'm gonna go first on this one. Because I can see right here the very first thing on the second column of attraction tags is a maze. Walk through with special discoveries and interaction. If you're going into someone's like digestive tract, like twists and turns, like having the pathway through here being a maze with like a bunch of shops and like little attractions all over the place makes perfect sense to me. Let's hop over to Elliot. What else is something from this list do you think would be like in this area? There's lots of cool stuff here.
I'm thinking I see like carriage, and I'm thinking like carriage that is themed like around like various like food that has been like consumed, and it's like being
Nice.
maneuvered about the
I
park.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So there's like, yes, because like it's like the entranceway, right? And like people are gonna want to get to various places rather quickly. So like, maybe there's like a train station and the train's like a half-eaten hot dog, like, or something like, like those kinds of things. I love it. I fucking love it. Let's move on. Age, give us that last attraction tag here on this list.
And this is in the first one?
It's on the last page of the character sheet. All the columns are the same. It's just
okay.
Yeah. So right now we have carriages, and it's designed like a maze.
I think I saw a museum somewhere.
Yep, there's a museum with the interactive displays. Yeah.
That might be good with like food lounging around, maybe some museums of, where that already have been eaten food came from.
Nice. Cool, yeah. There's like kind of like food themed displays. It also like maybe it's like the informational center as well. It kind of tell you like there's like the big map of like the whole park and like where all the different sections are and how to get there and like what you can find there.
Yeah, conducive to the itis.
And then Dion, what's one weird thing in this area?
There's too many really good choices. I mean, I'm looking at either consuming, perverse, or like grotesque. I mean, all 3 of them could be like used, but I'm gonna say probably just grotesque. Maybe this is just like it's cartoony, grotesque, and gory, but it's like unsettling for like adults in a weird way.
Gotcha.
Just that odd like itchy and scratchy vibe, even.
Cool. All right. Yeah, and
Also,
then
Can we
Mhm.
make a request in the dining shopping? I
Sure,
request
yeah.
pizza and pasta.
Pizza and pasta.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's a
Nice.
checkbox, and I want it.
Is there a gluten-free variety?
Yes, because we say it is.
Fuck yeah. Gotta have that girlfriend pizza.
All right. All right. So yeah. Cool. So yeah, Age and Dion, you guys you show up. You walk into the entranceway. There's lots of like the ground itself. It's like not sponge. It's oh wait, no, you know that sort of like spongy playground material they have now?
Yeah.
Like it's not like there's like there used to be like the wood chips and then they switched to like the shredded rubber, but now they just have like playgrounds that have like that spongy kind of like astroturf like stuff. It's
Hyper safety,
yeah.
like
It that's like what the walkways are made out of, and it's all like sort of meat. Like it looks like meat, right? In this place. And then there's just like, buildings that look like, big like shake cups or like hamburgers and all this other stuff. When you guys enter and you go through the little turnstiles, you get your little cards and stuff that like let you gain access to the park and all that stuff. People are, some like character actors here, just sort of like a generic thing. There's like a costumed person dressed as the mouse, who's like greeting like little kids and all that kind of stuff. Where is the first place that you guys want to head to in the park? Like, what's
Well,
sort of like on the agenda for your visit here?
Age, what do you want to do? I mean, this is your getaway.
Is there like a smoking pit? Or is there like a smoking area? Is there like a tree we could hide behind?
Oh, you know what? Maybe we can talk to one of the carnies around here and they can hook us up. You know what I mean? Like,
That's probably a good idea.
yeah, let's maybe go to like some of the rides and try and find someone who's a little
Yeah.
sketchier looking.
So smoking and stuff in this park is maybe not the most like um what's the word, like allowed thing. There are like a few smoking areas, but they're like few and far between, because it's supposed to be kid friendly stuff. So given that this is sort of it's not completely against the rules, but it is frowned upon, I'm gonna have you guys roll plus wicked to try and find somebody who can like let you know like where the cool areas are of the park.
I rolled a 12 because I'm very
All right.
wicked.
All right.
I don't know what I rolled because I don't know where that went.
In that case, so it's in the roll 20. So it should be on the right hand side in the chat log. But
So you got a 6, and then whatever your wicked is, add to it.
0.
Okay, so you got a 6.
so I'm gonna say like Age, you guys like walking through the park. Both of you are walking through the park, right? I guess real quick, Dratsum, where are you working? Like, what section of the park do you work in?
I work in right now. I've got a pretty good gig. I've been talking to all the right people, and showing my face in the right spots. And I've moved up to controller for the biggest roller coaster ride in the park, which is in Moon Mayhem is the area, which is the space themed area of the park. And it's actually a tunnel ride where the G forces are perfectly timed with the right controller, so that the kiddies get to experience 0 Gs for 5.7 seconds at one point in the ride,
Damn.
simulating the gravity on the moon.
I love it. I love it. All right, so I think. Well, I guess I'll ask Dion. Have you been here before? If I remember, like your backstory, you brought Age here. So have you been here before?
Yeah, I've been here like once or twice. It's not that important. Don't worry about it. Okay. I just brought my friend here for a good time, and that's all. Okay, we're here to have fun.
All right. I'll say because you have been here before, you know that there's like a space area of the park, and if you guys are gonna, smoke a little something something, what better place to
And in
have
space.
some
The
like
moon,
lift
baby.
off? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You
Yeah.
guys head over into like the space section of the theme park, and you're talking to each other. Age is kind of just like looking around and stuff. Age, is you are walking through the park with Dion, and like maybe like a minute or two before Dion clocks the space ride, and it's like, oh, I think I remember a guy who worked here that could like tell us where we can go behind a shed or something we're not going to get seen at. You see like a little kid. They're getting their picture taken with one of the mascots. It's like a spaceman, like what's the name? Like a fuzz light boy kind of guy, right? And you see this little kid, this little boy, super happy to be, hanging out with like one of his favorite movie characters. And the parents are gonna be like taking a picture of the kid, and when they're like, "All right, on the count of three, say cheese," you clock this kid, and when the kid smiles this is what like why you don't clock like who you're looking for, right? On the failure, you're distracted by this kid. When he smiles, he's got like sharp needle-like teeth, and when his eyes get all big, he's got like those like the nictitating membranes of like lizards and stuff, how like when they blink their eyelids don't actually close, they just got like the thing that goes across their eyes. So you just like see this at the corner of your eye, like this kid who like unworldly features, and you kind of like double take, but he's not like smiling anymore, and like he just looks like a normal kid again.
You say something?
Pointy kid. Pointy kid. Pointy kid.
Pointy.
That kid's
Pointy
pointy.
kid.
There's a pointy kid with fuzz light boy.
Pointy. Age.
He's pointy.
I think you just need to. I think you just need to get a little high. Come
Pointy
on.
lizard boy. He's a
Come on.
pointy
Come on.
lizard boy.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Don't worry about it. All right. All right. I think it's over this way.
So yeah, you guys go into you get online for the space, like kind of the moonwalk ride or something along those lines. Maybe it's called like Journey to the Stars, and you get in line. I guess real quick, did you guys splurge for like the easy pass? Like, are you getting like into the lightning line? You just like get to cut to the front?
Yeah, I don't like to wait.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you guys get into like the easy pass lane and just like right into the front. You're there, like you're only waiting for like a minute, 2 minutes before you you meet Bill Thrill.
Hey, psst, psst. Where can two people go if they wanna?
Yeah, I'm fully aware that the ride says it's 0 G, and that's just simulating the moon, and the moon's actually
No,
like
no, no, no,
0.
no. We wanna
Oh.
find a place to smoke. You know what I mean? Like,
Y'all kids ain't smoking meth, are you?
no,
No.
ew.
All right, cool. Well, I'm coming up on a break here in
Alright.
about now. So, I mean, I got to ask though, are you tall enough to ride this ride?
I think I am, but can I ride this ride first before we go do that? Because this looks fucking cool. I didn't want to before we got here, but now that I'm up close, like I want to go on this.
Yeah, it does
Can
look
you
pretty
just
fun.
can we do this and then come with you?
Yeah, of course. You know what?
Fuck
I got the right buttons to press, and I can make it a little extra thrilling. I got to tell you what, if you get in line at the third seat from the back, that's going to give you the longest simulation of moon gravity that's available to you on the ride. You also don't see the turn into the pit coming, and that makes it extra better.
Ooh. Oh, H, let's go to fucking space.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know, y'all got them passes. You got the passes. You can. Yeah, I see. You got the passes. All right. Well, you're going to be off this in 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And so
Alright.
when you get done with that, I'll be here waiting. It'll be perfect time for my break. So
Just in time for 420.
hell yeah, brother. All right. Hell yeah. All right.
So let me see, let me just check here. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, there's no like moves in the mouse and ear thing about like controlling rides or anything. So
Okay.
yeah, I think Bill knows how to do his job. You guys ride the ride.
I can use a metal thing, but this is my job. It would be wild if I had to roll a 12 to not kill kids every day.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, I think you guys ride on the ride. It's freaking crazy. Sitting in that seat. He said it's like what 5.7 seconds of 0G. You're pretty sure you clock like a full 6 seconds of like weightlessness on this ride. And it blows your mind, and you guys aren't even high yet. You get out, and you guys like the ride stops. You're back at the beginning. You see like a kid and his dad like get off the ride, and the kid's like, again, I want to go on again, and the dad's like barely able to stand up, like something like messed with his like equilibrium, and he's like, oh god, just settle down there, Oliver. Like maybe in a couple of minutes. I saw a corn dog stand just down the thing. Like let's maybe go get a corn dog, and then we can ride the oh god. And he like staggers out, and you guys, kind of like go down to the exit line, and at the end, Bill's like waiting for you. He's like on his break now. There's like some other person's like taking over the controls. So where do you guys go? Like what? Where do you take them, Bill?
There's a staff only door that I'm waiting by when they come
Nice.
back to the line. And it's one of those things that the staff only sign is written in the same font that all the space station moon launch stuff is in, so that it like integrates into the line with all the like stuff, so that you don't get bored, where kids don't get bored while you're waiting in line. So we're actually like going through what appears to be like a moon-based control panel.
Nice.
That's a staff and like that 80s optical character font,
Yeah.
And then as soon as we pass through, we're in a cinder block hall, like that scene in the mall in Terminator 2.
Oh yeah, like the hallways like behind the stores. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yes, I love those.
And then the hall's about 30 feet, and at the end is another pair of double doors, and that's where we're heading. No windows or anything, just cinder blocks on both sides.
Nice.
So maybe Bill says something like, "Hey kid, don't I know you? You look familiar."
I've been here before. Yeah. Don't worry about it. My friend here though, she's got to cheer up. So how about we get to the smoking and not waste your break. I don't want to waste your time telling you stories.
Hey, this ain't a waste of my time. I love meeting people. That's how I got into this business in the first place. You know, you get to see so many people over and over and over again, just waiting in line, looking for someone to talk to, you know, that's just not supposed to be there or talk to anybody. But, you know, just press the button, press the green button, and they go. But the job's much more complicated than that. I got to tell you, I learned it from my pappy and my pappy's pappy before there was even electronics in rides. It was just a push thing back then. My grandpappy, you know, he worked on the zipper out in Coney Island. And yeah, it's been my thing. So we're about 15 feet down the hall. And then Bill says, "This is the happiest place on earth. Like, how could you be so upset? You know, I gotta say, I like a little. You're holding, right? You're holding because I ain't got any.
Oh yeah.
I like
I'm
a little bit
holding.
every night. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. No, we're cool. We're cool. I get a little bored sometimes. I like to mix it up a bit. But this place is extraordinarily happy. How, no judgments, but sometimes substances used doesn't actually get you to the place that you want to be, and it's like you gotta experience life a little bit. And now we're at the double doors.
So when you guys walk in through the double doors, I would say like this is sort of like a multi-section break room, or like break area, I guess I should say. There is a like covering, like more of like an awning, but it is sort of more like an outside kind of break area. And it seems like this particular employee area is just like full of discarded or slightly like worse for wear things from the various places that this connects to. So there's like the space area, right? So like some of like the benches are like little rocket ships, but then there's also like some benches are like logs from like the more fantasy or like wooded, like enchanted forest area. Those sorts of things, right? And it's outside, we're in like sort of we're in like the southeast, of like what this version of America. We're in like a swamp area, maybe in a state called Florida, perhaps, so it's kind of like hot and sticky, but usually good weather for the most part. They have like an awning so the sun doesn't get on you, or if it like rains and stuff, like you're not just like getting drenched in the rain. But as you guys get in there, you start, smoking. Another employee walks in through the double doors. Tall, like 6'5", take off this giant like werewolf like mascot head. And we bring in Elliot. Elliot, I just want to let you know this costume is maybe not like the best gig at the park, as most like mascot characters, like they're sort of like the first rung on the list for like character actors, especially ones like this where you're like in a full mascot suit. Your boss, like the management, they promise you every day this thing is and has been washed. It doesn't smell like it. It reeks of like 50 other people's BO from the years that this costume has been in use, and now you're in it, and it's probably
delicious.
Like, yeah, it's probably one of these like gasping for like fresh air when you finally take off the head. You see Bill and then two guests, probably, I mean, I would assume smoking a blunt or a joint, probably too hard to like smuggle like a pipe or a bong into the park. But they're smoking a spliff or something like that. What do you do when you happen upon this scene?
I think the first thing I would do is I would take off my headpiece and I'm rushing towards the water fountain, and I am just dunking my head in that water fountain. This is the elixir of life, as I am just covered in sweat because, of course, this freaking outfit is not like has any kind of fans or air conditioning. It's the 90s. It wouldn't have anything like that. So,
Yeah.
inside the costume is basically human soup swamp
Yeah.
fun
Totally.
times. And so my head is in that water, and it's like just trying to just do this action, just get that cool water all over my head and hair, and just trying to cool off as I'm just trying to avoid getting heat stroke.
I'm gonna sneak on over and sidle alongside Elliot here and just offer the joint that I'm smoking. Be like, here, be real cool. And don't tell anyone. And I offer it.
Oh, thanks, dude.
Don't worry about it.
Has Elliot ever smoked before?
Nope. Nope. He's like
Yeah, you gotta cough to get off.
Man, that's the first thing I heard when I first smoked. I was gonna say, do you think Elliot is one of those people who gets like super baked the first time they smoke weed, or is he one of those people that doesn't get super high the first time they smoke?
I think they would get super baked.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, like so baked, like I need to find munchies soon, kind of thing, and like lay down and take a nap.
Perfect. So you guys hang out, it's like maybe nearing the end of your guys' breaks, the joint is like now like burned down to like roach level, you guys put it out. I'm sure either Dion or Age saves the roach for later, because you don't throw those away.
I give it to Age for her
What?
birthday present.
You gotta make a generational joint eventually, right?
Save that for later.
But yeah, you guys are, it's about to like end, and from kind of like over the buildings, right? You hear like a loud kind of crashing noise, and then like screams of people. What do you guys do?
What? was
What direction did it come from?
It came
roach back in.
from. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna grab a die. I'm gonna roll this die. Let's see here. Okay. I don't have a D4. I picked up a D8. So let's say on a 1 or a 2, it's the space area. On a 3 or a 4, it's the the enchanted forest area. Actually, no, sorry. On a 1 through 3, it's the space area. 4 through 6 is the enchanted forest area where Elliot works, and then on a 7 or an 8, it'll be like a new area, and we'll just come up with something.
Okay.
That is a 1, so it comes from the space area.
I point to the area that Elliot came from, which is not the space area,
Yeah.
and I grab Age by the arm and I say, "We're gonna go this way now. You guys want to come with? Yeah, let's go this way, away from that way."
Yeah.
I say this will be interesting. Bill, what do you think? What are you doing in this moment?
Screams, you say?
Yeah, loud like mechanical sort of thump or crash kind of thing. And then the people screaming. Coming from maybe not your specific ride, but from like your area, like your part of the theme park.
Yeah. Bill needs to make it clear to somebody that he's on break. Yeah, Bill's on smoke up. Bill's on break, and this was a union sanctioned break. So Bill's like, yeah, no, I need to head right on over into. First of all, I'm gonna need to apply some of this Visine right now, and then I'm gonna head over into the control room through the doors because I need everyone to know that I heard a thing, but I am in fact on break, and this is my union sanctioned break because I got nothing to do with this.
Cool. So let's follow that thread for a little bit, and then we'll come back to the rest of them. You go into you go back through the hallway. You know, you go into like the control room. So when you say control room, do you mean like where you control your specific ride from, or more of like a theme specific employee area?
It is like it's the space that your manager and maybe your manager's boss sit, where they have the monitors of all the rides and everything going on, where they can see everything that's happening. Yeah, like the central control area, and it's probably just the one for Moon Mayhem, that area of the park. So I would imagine that each one would have its own little like monitor CCTV camera area.
Cool. So you enter in to this. You can see that one of the rides is like you know, like at a carnival where they have like it's like kind of like those swings that hang from like the chains, and then the ride spins and you kind of like get like lifted off to the side, you know. It's one of those, except it's rocket ships, right? You know, space things like little rocket ships or like shooting stars, like little planets, little moons, right? And that thing, from all you can tell, because like you just entering in, you're like seeing like the monitors, like those like, you know, CCTV things. You can just see that the whole thing, like, it toppled over, and people are at this point like having, you know, gotten like heard it, having to get there. There's still panic in the general area, but like right around the ride is like pretty well cleared out. There are like Mountaineers, you know, workers at the park that are like trying to like see if people are like injured or whatever. You enter in, you see management. Let's give this guy a name. Let's say Ted. You see Ted, like your direct boss, like the guy kind of oversees like this specific themed area. He like turns around. He's like, "Oh, Bill, what in tarnation? Did you see what happened out there?"
No, Ted, man, I was on my union sanction 15. Yeah, no, I let Lenny take over. I let Lenny take over the coaster number 2. And no, I was out eating some moon pies and drinking some RC colas, if you know what I'm saying. So no, but I heard the chaos, and I gotta say, oh, this looks like a bad one. I ain't seen nothing like this since the Wonder Wheel went off the axles in '74.
He's like, "Oh man." Yeah, he's like, "All right, he's like, "I already called, you know, the cops, fire department, all that stuff. We got that, you know, they're on their way." He's like, "But, you know, it's like we gotta do all we can. You know, we gotta do all we can. So I'm gonna need you to get out there, and help any way you can, whether it's like crowd control or you know, trying to find like people are injured, or you know, whatever you can. You know, I'm gonna need you to do that. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna monitor the situation, as it were, and make sure that, you know, everything on this end is taken care of."
All right, Ted, I'm gonna need you to throw a number at me. Is this a number 34 or number 17? Is this a crowd control? Is this a search and rescue, or is this a duck and cover? Like, you just let me know what the code is, and I'm gonna be your boy.
He looks back at the monitors, and he sees that there are more Mountaineers, trying to like calm the general public down. He says, "Yeah, that's gonna be search and rescue there, Ted. I think your colleagues out there, they got things handled. They're trying to calm the people down. I don't see many people in there trying to like find injured people. So if you could just go in and check on that. Obviously, remember the employee code. If someone has a neck injury, you don't want to move them. So we're just just trying to find the people. That way, when the emergency services get here, you can tell them where they are."
All right, you got it, Ted. All right, well, I'll see you on the flip side. And and Bill looks for an emergency locker to grab maybe a vest that says like helper or something on it.
Sure.
On his way
Yeah.
out, like a bright vest and
Yeah.
maybe a helmet. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And then,
you look
he's
like
gonna head
a
towards the rocket ride.
So I imagine like your general outfit is probably like a jumpsuit, right? Kind of like your standard sort of like coveralls, like painter's coveralls, but it's like space themed, kind of like some you'd probably see from like Fallout or whatever. And then you put on like your kind of like, I want to say PennDOT, but like your Department of Transportation kind of bright yellow kind of reflector vest, and then you put on like a spaceman kind of like helmet, and you basically look like a construction worker out of the movie Alien. Basically just like some person, but you're highly visible when you head out there. We're gonna cut over to the rest of the group here. Where so Bill goes in the direction of the mayhem. In the rest of you guys, you're heading out towards the Enchanted Forest. Is that right? Or are you guys gonna stay here? What do you do immediately after Bill leaves?
I think we head Enchanted Forest like the opposite direction. We're heading away.
Yeah, I
All
agree.
right.
What about you, Elliot?
Yeah, it's just kind of like seems like they got it covered. Let's go
Alright.
back to the haunted house. If you haven't
Alright.
seen it yet, it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
let's go, Teen Wolf. You lead the way.
All right. So
I
you
put on my
guys.
nasty ass
Just
thing on. It smells like 50,
wetly
55 people.
squelches from the
Yeah.
sweat soaked into the fur as you pull it over your head, I imagine.
Yep. Smells like
All right.
teenagers.
Just like Anthrocon. Oh, memories.
Real quick, I just remembered we never actually went through and themed out Spaceland. So Dratsum, give us an attraction tag for the space themed area of the park.
Spaceland.
Yeah, the space theme area. It's Solar Quest Adventureland. Solar Quest Adventureland. And like each of the rides are related to a planetary body within the solar system. So the roller coaster was Moon Mayhem. At the center is a sun themed experience. That's more of a dark ride, but the opposite. It's the light is so blinding you can't see anything. And then as you get further out from the center, it gets colder and colder. And yeah, and you get to experience moments of blue poisonous gaslands that have fun animatronic characters and stuff like that. But Moon Mayhem is the
Cool.
roller coaster experience of the whole thing.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna say for Solar Quest Adventure Zone, let's say for Moon Mayhem, it's a thrill ride. It's fast moving. And then we'll go over to, let's say, Dion. Give us another attraction tag.
I really like the idea of the moving animatronics with voices, actions, and singings. I want like
Cool.
little aliens and like little robots and like just like actual like robots, you know, that sing and
We'll
like
have to
maybe like
be.
planets or like with little faces on
I
them that
love it.
sing. Like I want like the whole
Have you seen
shebang.
that episode of Futurama where whalers on the moon we
Yes.
carry our harpoon?
There's to fit into the theme of Mouseland, there's like the mouse, but he has like a astronaut helmet on his head, but only the helmet. Like there's no suit, but it's just him as like an
Yeah,
animatronic.
Love it.
like Robot Monster.
Mhm.
And then Age, give us another attraction tag for the Solar Quest area.
I'm thinking we need effects. We need
Facts,
pyrotechnics, special
pyrotechnic. Oh
effects. We
yeah,
need laser show in there. There needs to be
Nice.
pew, pew, pew,
Yes.
pew.
Yes.
And
Fog
then
machines.
I
Best
love
That's
it.
a
fireworks
coil.
in the whole park. Best fireworks in the
Oh
whole
yeah,
park.
Yep.
definitely.
Solar Quest, yeah.
And then Elliot, give us a weird tag.
Hmm. This was really tough. I'm trying to decide between psychotic, consume. Hmm. I think I'm gonna go with psychotic because I like the unpredictable part of it.
Yeah, I mean space is
Right.
unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like
Right.
there's constant barrage of random meteorites that just fly overhead and sometimes hit things or whatever. Like no matter where you go, like I love that.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna say for the dining and shopping, there's obviously a lot of toy merchandise, like toys and merchandising here. And the eating here is obviously international because you're out in space. It's like you can find like it's like the restaurant here is like the International Space Station. So there's like it's basically food from around the world.
I love it. The International Space Station just becomes a mall and it's got a food court. That's our future.
Right?
And our past, all rolled into one.
Right. Okay, so we got that. As we enter into, let's real quick go through this again for the Enchanted Forest. I'm gonna say this time let's go we'll start with Dion. Give us an attraction for the Enchanted Forest.
I think it should be the channel. I think it should be kid safe. I think it needs to be like really cute, like
Okay.
overly cute. Everything.
Cool.
Like this is the baby zone. That
Let's go to Elliot. You work in this area. Let's have another attraction tag.
Well, I was thinking like there would be like the baby zone, and then there would be like a licensed area, and they're like for some reason decide to make it licensed over like the Evil Dead or something like that.
Okay.
So it's creepy, spooky, and you got some licensed stuff you can get there. You can get the chainsaw.
Cool.
What you can get.
Let's put that as maybe like a film area because it's like movie themed.
well, there's a license tag. I think
is
is
there?
what. Yeah, at the
Yeah,
bottom
themed
under
from
kids.
a movie.
Oh, there it is. Cool. Sorry, I missed that. My eyeballs ain't working. Cool. And then let's go with Dratsum. Or sorry, Bill. I'm gonna use character names here. It's confusing when half of you use your own names as fucking character names.
I'm not a character. I'm a real person.
We're people.
Bill, what's the
I'm
third
both.
attraction here?
Attraction. Okay, yeah, we got a slide here.
Slide. Cool.
It's a slide. Yeah, you climb up a tree. And the whole time
like
you
it.
climb up a tree, you're being screamed at by tiny gnomes that are singing a song with their animal friends. And half of them, 50%, are actual little people in costume. And they leave the tree and they will follow you in line for a while and then get back on the side. And it's fun for
I
some
like it.
and terrifying for others. And when you get to the top, there's a slide that you can go down that snakes around the tree. And
Cool.
it's actually, depending on what you get on, there's actually multiple slides on the tree and they all converge halfway down and you can just run into people and not fall off, not get bumped off if you're not careful. And then when you get down to the
love it.
bottom, you fall into a pit of foam that
Cool.
smells
Cool.
a little because it's never clean like it should be.
I had a really strong weird tag for this place. I'm gonna say this area is desolate. Obviously, there's like people here, but there's like this pervasive sort of like you're in the enchanted forest, right? And every time like I've like experienced in these sort of like, you know, kids movies, you know, fairy tale movies, the forest isn't like full of people, right? So even though there are like you can see like other patrons and people and there's like rides and stuff, there's still like this underlying sort of like kind of like abandoned or creepy, unsettling kind of loneliness to this place. Like you're not sure if there's something like weird supernatural going on about like when you're there, or if it's just really good theme like park design to make you feel like you're alone in this like enchanted forest with like your particular like family or group of friends.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sightline management. Is it sightline management or is it just empty? Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. So we enter into this area, and people are starting to filter in, right? From like other areas of the park. You guys can like overhear. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. I like that, Elliot. So yeah, you guys enter into this area. There's like fog machines, like, you know, kind of like obscuring the ground, like you can't really see from like your knees down, like because there's just like, you know, a creepy sort of misty fog like coating the ground in here. And it's one of the like I think something else about this area is that they do a really good job with like the tree cover, so that even in the middle of the day, it's pretty dark in here, you know, and you look up, and you can see like the fireflies kind of like twinkling like little lights in like the leaves of the trees. It's very magical, very enchanted, and stuff. But you can see like it's like getting a little bit more crowded in here because like people are starting to filter in to this area of the park from like the space area. You guys can overhear people talking about how like the rocket swing ride tipped over and it was crazy and like holy shit, like, you know, that area of the park's getting like shut down, you know, and it's gonna be like in maintenance for a little bit. But yeah, Elliot, you're taking them into this area. Where do you? Oh, you said you're leading them to the haunted house, right?
Yep.
Cool. I mean, you guys are with you're with an employee. I think the haunted house is maybe not a ride so much as it is like a free exploration area. You know, it's not like you sit like in a cart and you're on a rail the whole time. Like it's just like a normal haunted house attraction that you would find like in any town, except way more produced, right? So you guys can like, you know, skip you have Easy Pass and you're with an employee. So what do you guys like do in this haunted house? Like what happens in here?
H, you want to go in the basement?
You want to, yeah, you want to find, yeah,
You,
yeah.
you want to go in the
Let's find
basement? Let's go
see
in the
if there's
basement.
Heist.
Elliot, I bet you won't go in the basement with
Go in the
us.
basement.
Let's go in the basement.
There's basement here. There's gotta be a basement.
There's gotta be a basement. We're gonna find a basement.
Let's see.
Let's
Yes,
go.
there is a basement. Of course there is.
Let's go.
Cool. You guys make your way down towards the basement. You enter like the main like doors of this house. You know, there's like the creepy sort of butler guy. You know, he looks a lot like sort of like an Igor, you know, kind of character. You know, but he's got like a suit on. Oh, even better. He looks like, and this is a reference that I don't know how many people are going to get. He looks like Marty Feldman in like an old dusty suit, like a 3-piece pinstripe suit. He's like a butler of the house. Big, like, you know, eyes going off in opposite directions. He says, "Welcome to the haunted mansion. Enjoy your stay. Explore around. You have free access to the master's abode." And then, like, he has maybe like a button in his shoe or something, and he like, because he's like gesturing out widely with his hands, but lightning and stuff crashes and the windows all like light up when he says abode, thunder, lightning, kind of stuff.
Ooh, spooky.
He says, "Do be careful. There are other guests of the master about." He says, "But enjoy your stay."
Where's the basement, dear butler?
"Oh, yes, our wine cellar." He gives you
Yes.
directions to the wine cellar. You go through like the kitchen area. There's like just like a really big, in all respects. He's tall, he's muscular, he's also very heavy set, very hairy dude in a butcher's outfit. He's got a giant cleaver. He's just like bam, bam, like chopping up meat. You don't even know what he's doing it for other than effect, because it's like just like fucking chuck at this point. It's just ground beef, but he's just slamming the cutting board. He's like, "Ah, yes, fresh meat." And you don't know if he's talking about you or what's on the cutting board.
As we pass by him, I kind of wiggle my eyebrows. I go, "I like the way you work with meat."
He gets like this wry grin. You can tell in the dim lighting it looks pretty good, but you're pretty sure that he's put like some like stuff on his teeth to make them look kind of like black and like yellowed and stuff. He says, "Yes, meat."
Yes, meat. And I'm just like slowly pushing age towards the wine cellar.
So you guys get down into the wine cellar, and interestingly enough, down here, there's actually not a super creepy person down here. There's two guys down here. They've got like, they each have like messenger bags. One of them's holding like a radio, like an old radio, like hand like radio thing, and it's just like scanning back and forth through all the stations. It's like like scanning for like,
Oh, this is my jam.
yeah, it's like definitely not music, right? It's just like, it's like the white noise kind of like scanning through all of the frequencies. And he's like shouting out. He's like actually, I'll throw this over to you guys. What's like a good name for like a ghost?
Greg.
Awesome. He's like, Greg, can you hear us? Greg, give us a sign, Greg. At which point, as like you enter the room, you see these two like ghost hunter guys. You hear a little voice, a little boy's voice, emit from the little radio, and he says, "It's so dark, I can't see," you know, through like the white noise. and then the lights kind of like flash and then go out. So you are in the dark. All you can hear is the little boy over the white noise of this radio. It's like, who's that? Who's that? I can't see anyone. It's so dark. It's so dark. What do you do?
I light the lighter. I'm like, what kind of poltergeist bullshit did we walk in on? Hey, you guys got a gluten-free wine in here? My friend can't have gluten.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to look with the lighter.
As I hand the roach over, because I just instinctively heard the lighter flick.
Light it.
You light the lighter, and when you say gluten-free wine, you feel a gust of wind and the lighter goes out.
Well, that's
Excuse
just
me, I'm
rude. Who blew
sorry.
my lighter out?
I have gas. I'm sorry.
You don't get a response.
Hey, Greg. Greg?
You just keep hearing you hear the kid's voice again. He's like, I can't see anyone. It's so dark in here.
Yeah, no kidding. It's dark in here too. Don't worry about it. Listen, what's going on? What happened to you, bud?
You get a response, not in the form of words, but rather, you know what? Here would be a good. Let me see if there's like a move for this. I'm still thinking in like D&D terms, so I just want to see if there's like.
We're fighting a ghost baby.
Am I being bold and daring?
You do something while the
Or-
stakes are high. Roll plus brave. Yeah. Roll. Be bold and daring.
Alright,
As
so-
a bottle flies off the shelf towards you in the dark.
I got a 10.
A 10. Cool.
So
You
Yeah.
so the bottle like flies past you. It shatters on the wall behind you. You hear the broken glass in the darkness. There's some very little light kind of trickling down the stairs. But yeah, you hear the glass smash behind you. It didn't hit you. And you're not quite like you're not too freaked out about it, right? You're still in this mindset of like, this is like a good show, right? Like, yeah, this is fun.
hey, you almost hit me. Calm down, alright? I'm just here to talk. Like,
I pee my pants a little, but I play it off.
it smells like wet dog.
Nothing. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that might be me.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Who wet his pants.
You see at this point the lights kind of like flick back on. You know, they kind of like, you know, off and on, but then they settle on. And you can see now that the radio, like the little white noise scanner thing that ghost hunters use, is just sitting in the like dead center of this room, on the ground, and those ghost hunters aren't around anymore, and you are positive you didn't hear anybody like leave. Like you didn't hear footsteps, like, but they're just gone. They're just not here anymore.
Is any of their stuff around?
No, just the white noise scanner thing, the little radio.
EMF reader thingy. Is
Yeah.
it still on?
I'm gonna pick up the radio and just go back up the stairs.
I'm gonna grab a bottle of wine and follow.
Make sure it says gluten free.
It is. It is.
Okay, okay.
And I'll follow.
All right. When you get to the top of the stairs, the door is locked, and we're gonna move over back to the solar adventure land. Oops.
I just realized it's locked,
Oh,
and you
God.
just hear me go.
Sorry. I messed up the picture screen. I'm sorry. All right. So yeah, we're gonna move back over to Dratsum. Dratsum, you're back over. You're in the Solar Quest Adventure area. There's you get back out into like the park. You know, a bunch of your like friends and stuff, or I guess friends, your colleagues, coworkers. I don't know if you're friends with them. Uh, trying to like they're shuffling people out of like the area. Trying to make a berth. Ted, your boss, was like, say, go search for like injured people and stuff. What does that look like? Like, how do you do that? Remember, this is like a big,
Yeah.
giant umbrella, basically, with like swings all around the outside that is like tipped over.
Right. So what Bill's going to do is, because he's got some experience in this, he's going to come in and assess the area before anyone actually recognizes that he's there. So from a location where he's get a good overview of everything, but not a great line of sight from the ground. And he's going to look for the most upset parents, right? The parents who are crying and screaming and digging in the ground. And he's going to strategically pick an area of the rubble to investigate that's as far away from that as possible, because he's been around the rosy a few times on this one, and he knows that that's not where you want to be. So he's going to come around and he's going to look. He's going to get to an area where he's seen the rubble. He's going to recognize that the center mast of the rocket go round, which is basically a themed version of the Swingerator, which has been around since the 30s, and Bill's seen this exact same rocket, 30 different forms, and all of it. The center mast of it is going to weigh like 1.3 tons, and there's no way that he's going to be able to get that up by himself.
Right.
But around it, the chairs and the supporting beams have fallen. Now that is something a man can move. So he's going to rally some of the other workers and look for the pile of rubble there and start trying to pull that off to look for survivors. Again, trying to stay as far away from the frantic as possible.
I'm gonna have you roll. I guess that would just be a roll plus stout. I guess stout feels like your strength and constitution all rolled into one, right?
Yeah. That would be 2d6 plus my thing, right?
Yeah, 2d6 plus your stout score.
I got 11.
Cool. 11. Things go pretty smoothly. Like you said, you've been around the bend a few times. This is I mean, not standard affair as in like it doesn't happen all the time, but you've experienced enough. You know what to do in these situations. You get some of the other people, some of the other employees to kind of help you, and you're able to get in and get a couple of survivors out, like a small family, maybe a dad and like two kids. They're not like injured, but they, other than like a few bumps and bruises kind of thing, nothing like a broken bone, no lacerations or anything like that. They thank you. You help them sort of to the edge of the park, or that area of the park. And when you go back in at this point, some of the on-site like emergency people are like have shown up, like the park's paramedics and stuff, and they're sort of taking over more of like the search and rescue thing. And they tell you like you can go under like crowd control or like whatever. Now that your colleague Elliot and those two chill guests that you just hung out with, that they're over in. They said they were heading over to the Enchanted Forest area. So what do you do here? Do you stay here to kind of do more like crowd control and like help with this situation? Do you go try and seek out like some like other employees? Do you go out and search for like the group of friends that you just made earlier? Like what do you think Bill's doing?
I think Bill is actually immediately he's thinking about liability and long-term impact on the park and how that can oftentimes has a direct, lead to massive layoffs, particularly for ride workers. And so he's thinking directly about, like I've said, Bill's seen variations of this exact same ride with different skins, over and over and over again. And he's actually wondering what went wrong. He's going to start to look for like what might have failed.
Cool. All right, that's gonna be your dig a little deeper move. So this will be a roll plus wise. When you ask something and closely observe responding behavior, in this case, you're gonna be observing like the ride and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Ooh, I did not roll well. I got a 7 on that
7. It says here on a 7 or 9, you can hold 1. When you are talking or engaging with a person, you can spend your hold to ask the narrator or the player questions 1 for 1. So there's, are you telling the truth? What are you really feeling? What do you intend to do? What do you wish I would do? What do you not want me to know? Or how could I get you to blank? So when you're trying to do like this, damage control, who are you talking to?
Maybe I talked to the foreman. Yeah, maybe I talked to the white hat guy. So the guy with the white hard hat, he's going to be the foreman investigator.
Right.
So he's going to be the guy that's forensic investigator for this kind of thing. So maybe Bill's like, what do you think went wrong here? That kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. So we'll say that one is like, what do you not want me to know? Because he's like, he doesn't really know who you are, but he senses something in you. He knows that you're a veteran. He can tell, just by looking at you, that you've been around for a while, not just here, but like in general. You're a lifer, as they say, right? He says, some budget cuts recently in the management, sort of like the mechanics department. They've been short staffed. They've been trying to maintain all the rides, all that kind of stuff. He like looked through some sheets, and this ride had been overdue for a maintenance overhaul for like a couple of weeks at this point. So he's just chalking it up to random mechanical failures.
Oh, like it didn't get its 90,000 spins. It didn't get its 90,000 spins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad news. Bad news. Oh man, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt somebody. Oh no. Okay. So I think Bill's gonna take a look at the crowd and like get a feel for how everyone's doing, psychically, emotionally, and if things have kind of settled down, because oftentimes after a big catastrophes like this, there's a moment of shock where people will actually just leave and don't cause any trouble, and the trouble comes later. But if they're there, then Bill might want to leave the direct area.
Okay.
And maybe head over and start to think about, are there other rides, if this is a budget cut situation that did 90,000 spends.
Cool. Yeah.
I might need looking after right away.
Yeah, you don't see you see like some people who are distressed just because it's like, an emotional time. But like things are getting pretty cleared out here. They're shutting down this section of the park. So if you wanted to like go and maybe like investigate some of those other rides a little further, we can definitely do that. And I'll say we can do that after we take a quick bathroom break here. We got started just a little bit late, so our break is just a little bit late. When we come back, we're gonna have another maybe 20-25 minutes of the show. Like I said at the beginning, I got a Kickstarter running. Anybody who is into comic books, fantasy stuff, Western stuff, you can go click the link to the Kickstarter. We were at the beginning of stream only like $115 away from our goal. So yeah, go check that out. And we will be back in just a couple of minutes. We're live. We're
And we're
back.
live.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Yay.
So, a ride and in the space themed area has tipped over. One of those swinging spinning swing rides has tipped over, caused a lot of commotion. Some people were injured. Bill Thrill is on the case on that end of things, whereas the rest of our characters have just been locked in a basement in the haunted house. The ghost of a little child who's throwing wine bottles at them in the wine cellar. We're gonna flash back over to them. So you guys, I think it was Dion. You were the first one to the top. You found that the door was locked.
I knock on the door.
You don't hear anything.
Housekeeping! And I knock again.
You get no responses.
Damn it, I was hoping that cute butcher boy would save us. Alright, so, Elliot, we're locked in the basement of the haunted house that you wanted us to come to. What do you have to say for yourself?
This isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's
no.
what I thought you'd say. Alright, so, hey, Greg, you still down there? I walk back down the stairs.
You said you picked up the EMF reader, right? Or did you leave the
Yeah.
little radio in the
Oh,
center
I
of the
picked
room?
it up.
You
I
picked it
picked it up and took it with me.
So are you holding it in your hand, or did you like?
Yeah,
is it,
I'm
okay.
holding it.
You go walk back down the stairs. You hear, you hear, I'm still here. I'm always here.
Oh, perfect. I love it when people are always around. I hate being lonely. Listen, the door's locked. Can you unlock it? There's this cute butcher upstairs. I think he likes me. We had a connection, and I kind of want to go see him.
He says, "The door is not locked.
Oh,
There's
okay.
nothing on the other side anymore. We're in my
Oh.
realm now."
Oh, cool. Is there like fun stuff to do here?
You see a couple like random bottles of wine uncork themselves while sitting like in the rack, and wine starts to like pour out of the bottles. You can see that all the bottles that like were uncorked on their own are pouring out red wine. And he says, "Yes, we can play my favorite game,
The
where I
bottles that
fill
uncorked.
your blood into these bottles."
The bottles that uncorked, though, are they like moved, or are they just like kind of laying in the rack still?
They were just like laying sideways in the rack, and the corks just popped
Just
out,
pulled out.
and the right, kind of wine's like
Gonna
getting all over the
casually
floor and
walk
stuff.
up to it and just
Hmm.
When you
really
taste
oh no,
that
age.
wine, when you taste that wine, go ahead and roll me plus stout. Roll plus stout here. I don't know if there's
stout
like
is
a
+1.
specific.
12.
12.
Nice.
So you
Earthy.
don't immediately start vomiting or anything. But this tastes like iron. Like it tastes metallic
Pennies!
and definitely not wine.
I'm gonna go in for a second taste to make sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not wine. It's definitely some other viscous red liquid.
I got a little stuck between my teeth. Mmm.
Copper, you say?
So, Greg, was it?
It's
I
pennies
like
wine. This
my.
sucks.
Oh no, it's blood, isn't it? Listen, Greg, I like my blood inside my body, not in bottles. Are you just in this radio, or can you come out and chat like in person? It's a little informal right now.
Hmm. Um. I wonder if that would be a bare your teeth and ambitions when you want to influence someone. I guess you're not using intimidation necessarily. Um. Are you trying to? Well, I guess are you trying to intimidate? Or are you trying to charm, persuade, or manipulate or seduce?
I'm trying to expose those who don't think. I'm not happy with his actions, and so I was calling him out by not showing himself by insulting him that way indirectly. So I'm hoping to roll plus wicked.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that works.
Lit. Alright, so boom, that's a 10. It says for a 10. The character I insulted is dismayed, and they take +1 shock.
Cool.
Yeah.
Write that down.
I'm assuming because I'm just unfucking bothered and done with his shit before it began.
Yeah. Um, you see something that you've never seen at the park before. I don't. Since Elliot, since you're a new employee here, I want to say that you also haven't seen it, and obviously, Age, you've never been here, so you haven't. So none of you have seen when the wine, or as you found out, the blood from these bottles, it doesn't just pool. Like when you taunt this entity, it doesn't, the blood on the floor doesn't just pool like it normally should. It all starts converging into the middle of the room, and it comes together, and it starts rising up off the ground until it forms a it doesn't have legs. It's very barrel chested, big arms, kind of amorphous sort of head on there. And this room, the cellar's ceiling is probably about 8.5, 9 feet tall. This thing is almost as tall as this room is. And it looks at you, Dion, and it says, "Is this what you wanted to see?"
Yes, thank you. So now that we're face to face, hi, I'm Dion. Is your name actually Greg?
Can't believe I'm about to make this joke. Some people would refer to me as the old Greg.
Old Greg. That sounds familiar. That might be relevant in a couple of years. Listen, old Greg. The the realm.
Blast him with
It's
the mangina.
beautiful. It's great. I really appreciate the decor that you have set up here, but I got an easy pass for Mouseland. Do you know how hard it is to get a hold of? Not even one, I got two for my friend. She lost
too.
her job at Only Scams. Only
Yeah.
Scams. Do you know how much money you can make on that friggin' program, that website, you probably have one to make some money on the side working at this place. Look at you. Anyways, what I'm saying is, my friend's having a bad time. I got easy passes.
website?
Listen, I'll tell you
Have
later.
you been
but what
talking
you
to the
gotta
Queen
do
of
now-
Spiders again?
Who the hell is? No, I don't like spiders.
The Queen of Spiders has a site full of webs.
Oh,
Can I
that
call
sounds
you Sparkle
wonderful.
Mane?
Listen, do you smoke? I pull out a joint. Like, you want to hang out? Like, you seem like you don't get to talk to people much. I get the whole intimidation thing, but like, I don't fuck with voodoo. All right, I don't believe in it. It doesn't affect me if I don't believe in it. I've read that in the movie called Skeleton Key with Kate Hudson once. That movie hasn't come out yet because we're in the 90s, but it will, and you should watch it when it does. Great movie. Anyways, you want to smoke?
So he's just completely baffled by your unflappability here. And he says
I'm gonna hand him my joint.
I even light it with my lighter. I just and offer
yeah.
it lit.
It tastes better than penny.
he takes it. This blood monster takes the joint, like tries to like puff on it a little bit. He's like, this isn't how these things usually go. Normally I suck the blood out of my victims and I fill it into the bottles and they fuel my energy for eons to, and I just don't, you guys, like,
Listen.
this is okay. I'm starting to understand a little bit.
You gotta hold the hit. You gotta hold the hit.
You gotta hold it in. Hold it in. You got a cough to get off. Don't worry about the coughing. No one's gonna laugh at you. We're all
I'm
friends
starting-
here, Greg.
I'm like,
I believe in you.
okay, yeah, this shit.
Yep.
He like
Let
hands
it.
it,
Go. Let it go.
hands it back to you,
Sparkle
like
Mane,
it's
Sparkle
soaked,
Mane.
like it's like the end is like completely wet, because he's like made out of blood, right? So the
I wipe it
it's
off on my
super
shirt.
gross. Like handing it back, he's like, all right, so now it's starting to make more sense. You guys, like I said, this isn't usually how these things go here.
Hey, you said
Normally
that
I
blood
suck
fueled you
the-
for aeons. That's
you
a
know-
while. Today's just one day.
Time moves faster in this realm. But normally I have to take the blood of the innocent, and by what
Wait,
you rolled
innocent?
up, I was gonna say, by what you rolled up in that fatty, everything's making more sense now. You guys,
Yeah.
you guys can go.
All right, cool. I was gonna
this-
say,
I'm
this
sorry.
guy's a furry over here. You really think we're fucking innocent, dude, with this company? Look at him. He's in a suit. It's wet.
He's like,
I don't want to know with what.
He's like, you know what, you guys, I'm sorry, it's just been a while. I'll unlock the door. We'll send you back to like the mortal plane or whatever, just do me a favor, maybe send a couple kids down here, like some people who haven't been like corrupted by the world and society yet,
Awesome. You know what? You're like right outside the Enchanted Forest, and it's like a kid zone. I'ma
That's
just,
why I'm
like-
here, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop this
So
radio off with like a large Christian family, and I'm gonna just tell them
Cool.
that some soul needs saving in the basement with this radio. I'll do that for you.
Oh, it's totally radical, dude. All right, cool.
But listen, hey, can you put a word in for the butcher for me that's in the kitchen upstairs?
Oh yeah, dude, Daryl.
Yeah, that's his name, Daryl. That's a cute
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
All right, yeah,
Daryl.
put a
We
word
call
in
him
for
Derry
you know?
sometimes,
Yeah, just let him know. Like, I know he's all big and scary, but
Yeah,
I
he
can tell
doesn't
he's
say much
sweet.
more than meat. He's kind of one-track mind, that guy. He's really into meat. He like winks.
I'm into that.
The blood like sloshes around where an eye should be. You think it winked at you? He's like, yeah, dude. I'll let next time I see him, he comes down here or whatever. Yeah, I'll let him know you're interested. Chill. All right, totally radical, my dudes. That's like something the kids are saying these days, right? I don't know. Like,
No, not
it's
at all.
not. No.
No, no.
Oh,
That was
right.
like 80s, 70s maybe. It's yeah.
Oh shit! What decade is it now?
We're in the 90s, my dude.
Yeah, everything's wicked now.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right. Wicked. Cool. And so you guys like, he's like, all right, I'm sorry. You know, like it said, kids, you know, like maybe 10 and under, I'll like suck their blood out of their bodies and like, you know, sustain myself for another couple of years or whatever. Sorry for trying to murder you.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Water under the bridge.
Can I get
dude.
another hit of that shit before you
Yeah,
guys
here,
go?
you can keep it. You can keep it. It's
All right.
yours.
Awesome.
I'm sure you don't get it often down here.
Honestly, no. I mean, the shit's not allowed in the park, so.
Yeah. Hey, do you have like a bottle that's not blood? Preferably like gluten-free?
Oh, yeah, sure. That shelf right over there.
Oh, thank you so much. H, I got you a present. I got you a present. I'm sorry. I'm sorry this has been so... I'm sorry. I promise this is going to be a better trip for you.
No, this is the best trip ever.
So you guys, like, you start leaving, you, like, kind of, like, glance back, and, like, the blood kind of, like, sloshes down onto the floor and kind of just, like, gets sucked back up into the bottles. You know, and, like, the room sort of, like, resets itself. The lights kind of flash and blink again. And the Mountaineers, like, the Ghost Hunter Mountaineers, they're just, like, back. Like, they're just back again, you know? And they're just like, they have another copy of like the EMF reader, so now like there's like that thing's like been duplicated. So you have that now, like that's like a thing that you have, whether or not you want to give it away or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I do exactly what I said, and I'm assuming we're getting the hell out of this house at this point, right, guys? Are we done here?
Yeah.
Yes.
All
For
right.
now.
So I leave, and on the way out, I just like hand this to some little girl in the beginning of this large, like all blue-eyed blonde family of like 7 kids and like a mother who looks like the life's been sucked out of her and like a proud
Yeah.
father. I
Yeah.
just like give the radio to a little girl, and I'm like, Jesus is waiting for you in the basement. And I nod and I motion her inside. Bless you to all of them.
You you see, like, you hear like one of the other kids like in the family kind of like remark about how they don't have like forests like this back in Utah. And you know, the like the little girl's like, like I was just here, there's like a cool thing in this house, like let's go into the basement. And you know, this old like haunted house, those nice people said it's like really fun in there. And the family's like kind of like, oh, you know, like maybe we'll get to it, but like some of the other kids are like, no, like that sounds fun, like let's go do that. And they're like, oh, all right, you know.
Yeah, and I gave the little girl the radio. I was like,
Yeah,
"Here,
yeah.
give this to him when you see him. You'll know."
She's like, those radio, we could talk to Jesus. And the parents are like, oh, well, if it's a Jesus themed haunted house, well then why not? Let's go on in there. And so as this you know, like religious family heads to what might be their certain doom in the haunted house, I want to congratulate the 4 of you so far for surviving the happiest apocalypse on Earth for our first episode. We're gonna go around the table. Let them know what you do when you're not here on this show. Dratum.
Wow. I'm not sure anymore, Folsom. I'm all this now, but I guess you can catch me on Tuesdays and Thursdays on my live stream. I have no mouth and I must stream. You can just click my name in the chat there and click that follow button. You'll see it where we do retro horror and other bullshit. That's also kind of funny.
10 out of 10
Oh, yeah.
recommend.
Thank you.
I would, you know, just make sure when you do catch him live, if you go follow, hit the follow button now. When you go there live, make sure that he plays the monster assignment for you, so that you can join Team Werewolf with
right.
me and Dion, because we're both werewolves. We're gonna move over to Age. Let them know
Hi.
what you do.
I
when you're not
don't
here.
do much of anything. I hang out in Discord with my friends,
Fucking filter.
and that's that. Um, I like to do other things that I can't really mention here, and it's exciting, and I'm glad to be here.
You can follow her. Sometimes she does art. She does painting. Do you still do the fingering Fridays on your stream every once in a while?
We're gonna bring it back. It's not quite there yet, but
Awesome.
soon.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Eli, let them know what you do.
I'm a freelance illustrator. I do all kinds of art on my stream, and right now I'm gearing up as next month I'm going to be drawing and inking a 22-page comic on werewolves. So if you like that,
Nice.
click on the link, follow
Hell
me,
yeah.
turn on notifications, and yeah, it'd be really fun.
Bolsham and substances used are werewolves.
We are. And Elliot's a werewolf in this game. Lots of wolves. Substances. Let them know where they can find you.
Hello, yes, I'm Substances Used, and when I'm not ruining the traditional American family value, I am, in fact, streaming on Twitch once in a while. Maybe, if you're lucky. I stream retro JRPG titles mostly, amongst other games, and sometimes I do just chatting, and most of the time I'm just on other channels playing a lot of tabletop games. Yeah.
Rad. And I am me. I'm Jeff of this channel that you are watching right now. We are, like I said, doing a Kickstarter. I can hit the button, go to the Kickstarters page. If you like comic books, if you like weird fantasy stuff, we've got, halfling, like little hobbit gunslingers.
Oh my god, you
elven-
beat it! You made it! You're $5 over.
Are we really?
End of stream, you're $1,305. You made it by the end of the stream. Thank you so much,
Thank
everyone.
you, everybody.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Woo!
We'll let's see. Let's pull up the funding there. There you go. $1,305. Look at that, everybody. You can kind of see it on the camera right over there. Highlight it. I have the thing centered for the Roll20 game, so I'm glad that it's actually on the screen over there. Thank you so much, everybody. We do have stretch goals, obviously. If you scroll down, you can look there. The first stretch goal is already completed. It's an 8-page short story by Mr. Abstracto, who was here in the chat tonight. Starting on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. That is noon to 4 Pacific, I think. I will be starting on Monday drawing the second stretch goal, which is another 8-page short story. So, if you can, share the page. Tell everybody you know about it who, likes comic books in general. We have 3 stretch goal tiers. And the last one will be drawn by another friend of mine, another streamer, Mick Comicer. But yeah, thank you so much for helping us get to the $1,300. I hope you enjoyed this show here tonight. Like I said, I'll be back on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, drawing some comics on this channel. And we, as a group, will be back next Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. So I'll just we'll let the little credits roll here. Thank you to the Grouch Couch for some biddies earlier in the night. Thank you, Cass, Substances, and Mr. Abstracto for being great mods. And Dratson, thank you for the resubscribe, my friend. Let us go find someone to raid here. I know it's not RPG stuff, but I haven't been able to send this guy a raid in a while. We're gonna go raid my lovely friend, Mr. Grunge, Mr. Major Grunge.
Let's get him.
We was on a podcast with Major Grunge as well. So right before we leave, we're gonna hit that podcast link. Go check out Thought Balloons. It's on Anchor.fm. There's links to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that cool stuff. Grunge and I talked about philosophy, the DIY punk aesthetic, kind of like what it's all like, what it's like living your life as like a free person, free of the shackles of societal constraints. It was a great time. Check that out. It's also on YouTube if you prefer to watch things on YouTube. There's no video. It's just a still image. We haven't advanced to video podcast yet. But, like I said, we're going to raid Mr. Grunge, Mr. Major Grunge. Say hello to him. He's looking at comic books right now, actually. Guardians of the Galaxy comic book. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you all next week. Thank you. Next Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Bye-bye.
Bye.